What's up guys, Mr. Malone here. This time we're looking at multiplication using a column method. So for those big problems that you find quite tricky to do with your times tables, it's helpful to have a method to help work them out. So looking at here, we've got 22 times 4. So how are we going to solve that? Well, let me tell you. So let's get into it. So we're going to partition that 22, and what that means is we're going to split it into its parts. So we've got 20 and 2, and we're going to put those in separate columns, and we're going to take the number that we're multiplying by, which is 4, and we're going to put it in the left hand margin. So now what we're doing here is drawing 10 rods. So you can see a real 10 rod on the far right. So what we have been doing is building them. So you can still do that if you've got some handy. But if you're at home and you need to practice, you might not have any. So there's a way to do it with just drawing them. So we're going to draw lines to represent the 10 rods. So each of those lines represents 10. And you'll see that it's in the 20 column. So it's in the 10s column. So each of those lines represents 10. So we need to do one lot of 20. So that's 10, 20 there. And then we're going to put just a little circle around that, because that just helps us to remember that that's one lot of 20. And remember, we're timesing by 4, so we need to do 4 lots. So 10, 20, another lot, circle. Simple, right? Then we'll do 10, 20 again. And we'll circle that again. They look a little bit like sweets when you do them like that, don't you? But they're not. They're groups of 20. So we've got 1, 2, 3 groups of 20 so far, 10, 20 again, and then we've got another circle around there. So that's our 4th lot. Now we could count in 20s if we know how to, 20, 40, 60, 80, but it's very easy just to count the 10s, because you all know how to count the 10s. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And then we now know that 20 times 4 is 80. So we put that there. And then we're going to go on to our 2. So very simply, we could do 4 times 2 in our heads or using times tables, but I'm going to draw it here just to be sure. And I'm going to do 1, 2, that's one group, 3, 4, there's another group, 5, 6, another group of 2, 7, 8, and that's my final group of 2. And now you can see really clearly that I've got 4 lots of 20 circled and 4 lots of 2 circled. So we know 4 times 2 is 8. So then we put that just underneath to remind us. So now we almost have the answer to this problem, but not quite, okay? So we've got 80 and 8, but at the moment, they're still partitioned. So we need to put them back together. So we're using column method here. I mean, you could probably do 80 plus 8 in your head, but if it's not an easy one, then you could use column method as well. So 80 plus 8 is 88. There you have it. Now you've done it. Pretty simple, right? So get to work. Just write down a bunch of sums and see what you can do, and let me know. And if you've done a big sheet of them and you're in my class, bring them in so we can show them off. You get a dojo point. Okay, see you soon guys, have a good one, bye.